All right, we back. We had to, relocate because the rain coming down kind of heavy. Bibles is getting wet. But hey, with the spirit and power, y'all about to shot. We gonna continue with the lesson. All right. So basically, we touching on this doctrine of fable, right? Doctrines of fable, and we're actually touching on hell right now. Okay. We want to show you that hell, heaven and hell, are conditions being played out on earth. Man. It means different things. But hell does not mean a place where you go under the earth, you're being wicked, and you burn forever. Okay? That's madness, And we're going to prove it to you out the Bible, what you people say, where you get it from, which you're not knowing the scriptures. Okay? Now, we get back to 11 and 23. Because it's a condition, man. It goes back to an affliction, man. We're going to show you.
Book of Matthew 11 and verse 23.
Right.
And thou Capernaum.
Now this is a city. Okay. Go ahead.
Which art exalted unto heaven, shall be brought down to hell.
Okay, now we gotta answer this. My Bible just here. Okay, read that again,
Matthew 11 and 23.
Yep.
And thou Capernaum, which art exalted unto heaven, shall be brought down to hell.
So what does this mean? Does this mean that the city of Capernaum was brought up into the heavens? And when it's talking about being brought down, it's brought down to hell, under the earth, where people burn forever. As what you people say, right? Is this what it's talking about? No, it's not talking about that. So let's click on the word Capernaum, right? And the Greek is Capernaum, right? Slaki, if I'm pronouncing it wrong. It says, a flourishing city of Galilee situated on the western shore of the Sea of Galilee. Okay? So that's what it said. What? It's a flourishing city. You see? So when a place is exalted, it means it's on high. It's lifted up. It has great dignity. It has great honor.
Right. I mean, when you think about the word heaven, there's different ways that it's used, like, pray to the heavens. But when you think of heaven, you think above, right? So that's like saying it was lifted up to the top,
Yeah. Go ahead. Yeah. Read that.
Oh, yeah. Matthew 11 and 23. And thou Capernaum, which art exalted unto heaven.
Now, when you exalt something, it means it's lifted up. So let's go into the word exalted, right? In the Greek, it's hypso, right? Exalted, it says to lift up on high, to exalt. Metaphorically, to raise to very summit of opulence and prosperity. To exalt, to raise to dignity, honor, and happiness. Now, when you look up the word opulence, right, a definition for that means great wealth.
Right.
You see, lavishness. You see, basically all the things that you can wish for. You see, so them are great things, man. And when you're in that particular manner, or you're living like that, you're in your heaven. You see?
Hey, through the spirit, I just thought about it. Sometimes the elders go on a different song to make a good point. What's that song say? Heaven,
back up
I'm in heaven. You see? Hey.
Oh yeah, look, anybody got a song like that?
Yeah. That's when there's certain conditions that can play out on earth where you feel like you in heaven.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Go ahead, bro.
Yeah, that's okay. You see? And thou Capernaum, which art exalted unto heaven, shall be brought down to hell.
Right. So being brought down to hell means what? They're now going to be brought down to a low condition. They're no more going to be exalted anymore. See, they're no more going to be in their glorious estate. Right. You see, so when you're being brought down to hell, that means now you're being lowered to a lower state. That condition you're going to be in.
Hey, that's beautiful. Go ahead.
Go ahead, bro.
I was going to say it's beautiful that he said that, because when it talks about those angels that left their first estate, well, the Israelites were set up to be at the top.
Yep.
And we forsook that to go break the covenant, because we were told not to mix with these heathen nations. So that was us leaving our first estate, that exalted position, and going down and being brought low of our own action.
Yeah, yeah. Because even when you go into like even Deuteronomy, right, the 7th chapter, it tells you the nations that he was speaking of, and they was talking about all the Canaanites, man.
Right. Yeah, the land of Canaan.
Mix all you with you guys, but you know, so going back to the point, you know, touching on, we're just showing you this. This represents Jeremiah 51 and 52. We're gonna show you another. Is there any more on that?
How was it? The mighty works that have been done.
Jeremiah 51 and 53. Hey, because if you know, there's many breakdowns on it. There's many brothers that go into this hell doctrine, man, which is false. You know. And if you don't get, man, look here, man. The Spirit of the Lord is dealing with you, man. You won't understand what we're speaking of, man. Okay.
All right. Jeremiah 51 and 53.
Yeah.
Though Babylon should mount up to heaven.
Though Babylon shall mount up to heaven, man. And when you go to mount, means still being lifted up, set on high. You know. Now, what does this mean when it says Babylon shall mount up to heaven? Now, this is speaking of old Babylon, but you can also tie it in with the new Babylon, because the new Babylon is mounted up to heaven. The new Babylon, the daughter of Babylon, which is America, right, is on high. You know, all the nations look up to him. He has power over all the nations. He rules everything. You see? So when you're dealing with this, right, read it.
Jeremiah 51 and 53. Though Babylon should mount up to heaven, and though she should fortify the height of her strength, yet from me shall spoil herself unto her, saith the Lord. Right,
so now let's go with Nebuchadnezzar. Didn't the Heavenly Father give Nebuchadnezzar, right, the rule of all the nations? Where all the nations had to bow to him, basically? See? Yes, they did, man. And the Lord did. He gave Nebuchadnezzar that authority to view over all the nations, you know? So why wouldn't they be mounted into heaven, man? You know, why wouldn't they look at it as the top? Oh, you got
right. Yeah. This is just showing you how Nebuchadnezzar could be perceived. What he must be like. This is just to show you how Nebuchadnezzar could be perceived as being in the status of being in heaven. You know, this is Daniel 2. And I'm going to start at 37.
Okay.
Thou, O king, art a king of kings. For the power of heaven hath given thee a kingdom, power, strength, and glory. And wheresoever the children of men dwell, the beasts of the field and the fowls of the heaven hath he given into thine hand, and have made thee ruler over them all. Thou art this head of gold. So hey, that's heaven, man. Yeah. He's ruler over everything that his eye surveys. You know, hey, that's heaven, bro. If he could snap his fingers and he could have anything he wanted, man. Yeah. You know,
just like Esau right now.
Just like Esau right now. Exactly.
Yeah. I'm gonna get this quick precept. Let's get Job, right? Job. Let's back you up. Job 9. You know, Job 9 verse 24. The earth is given into the hands of the wicked. He covered the faces of the judges thereof. If not, where and who is he? See? And the earth is given into this man's hand, man. The wicked, Esau, Edom, the so-called white man. Okay? Right. The earth is given into his hand. So what? You think he's not mounted up into heaven?
Right.
Why wouldn't he be? He know that he's ruling. He know that he's the king right now, or so-called king. Because the true king, the king of kings and lord of lords, is Yahweh Shai, man. You see? The true king and the true judges is King David, King Solomon.
Right.
See? Even us. You know? In our even us.
We spiritually rich.
Yeah, we spiritually rich, but you know, even for our lineage and our heritage, we're a kingly people. We're princes, you know? Just in this hellish condition. We're in the lowest state. Why? For our disobedience from the Heavenly Father, man. Breaking the covenants, the law, statutes, and commandments, you know? Right. But heritage-wise speaking, right? We're a kingly and a priest and a prince nation of people.
What?
You know? Just that has been given over into the hands of our enemies for our wickedness. Okay. All right, so you done with that? That you made a point on that? Yeah, that was beautiful.
Jeremiah again.
That's Jeremiah. Yeah. Okay. Go ahead.
Jeremiah 51 and 53. Just read it again.
Go ahead.
So Babylon should mount up to heaven, and though she should fortify the height of her strength, Yet from me shall spoilers come unto her, saith the Lord.
So that's the point. You know, just showing you.
Yeah.
You know, heaven, right? We're still going back into what heaven and hell can mean. Conditions on the earth. Erica said.
No, I don't need to get it. I have a question.
So, okay.
My bus does not come. Do you have a phone that I could call up? Like, just make a phone call on real quick?
Who's trying to call?
My friend, he's in Ohio. I'm supposed to be going to Pemberton or something.
All right, give me 2 Samuel 22 and 6.
All right.
Thank you.
All right. 2 Samuel.
I think it's 22 and 16.
22 and 16. Here's before the time.
Just give me Jonah 1 and 6.
Jonah.
I think it might be 1 Samuel, bro. So it's like,
How you doing? The book of Jonah. One and 6. You said Jonah 1 and 6?
Jonah 1 verse 2. You can start at 1 if you want it.
Alright. Hey, Shalom, bro. Hey, this is the book of Jonah 1 and 2. Arise, go to Nineveh, that great city, and cry against it.
Bro, you might want to get out the rain. Stop here.
For their wickedness is come up before me.
Uh-huh.
Is that it?
No, go ahead. Go on.
But Jonah rose up to flee unto Tarshish.
Hold on. Slovakia. 2. Go to 2. Yeah, I all know about the story of Jonah, right? Jonah was supposed to go prophesy to Nineveh, to the Ninevites, which ultimately he did. But what he did was he tried to flee to Tarshish. Basically, he tried to rebel against the will of the Lord. So he tried to flee to Tarshish, and he ended up getting on a ship, right? And then, you know, when he was on that ship, you know, there became a great storm, you know. And then the people on the ship was wondering why the storm had arose from the Lord, right? Ultimately, to the point where it came down to they looking at Jonah and saying, "Hey, you must have did something to your power." Remember, because they told everybody call on her power or God to see what was going on.
Well, I thought Jonah told him, like,
He
it's
did
here because of me.
He did end up telling him, but at first, remember, they was all doing that, and he was down there sleeping. They came and woke him up like, "Hey, my man,
It's going down out here.
You sleep. What's going on?"
Is this Liberty, right?
Yeah, Liberty.
Like,
Liberty and
Liberty and
the
City.
CBS.
Yeah.
You know. So ultimately, they threw Jonah overboard, and he got swallowed by a fish. Go ahead. You know, just kind of sum it up for y'all.
All right, this is the book of Jonah 2 and 1.
Yeah.
Then Jonah prayed unto the Lord his power out of the fish's belly and said, I cried by reason of my affliction unto the Lord, and he heard me. Out of the belly of hell cried I, and thou heardest my voice.
Oh, so he heard Jonah out of the belly of hell.
Right.
What does that mean when Jonah was in the belly of hell? Because he was going through an affliction.
Right.
Read a little bit more and I'll tell you that, then you can speak on it.
For thou hast cast me into the deep, in the midst of the seas, and the floods compassed me about. All thy billows and thy waves passed over me.
No, it's in the second verse. You read it already.
Yeah, he cried from the belly of hell, and thou heardest my voice. But he's talking about some of the things he went through.
Read 2 again.
All right, Jonah 2 and 2. And I said I cried by reason of mine affliction.
See, that's the point I was trying to make, of
Right.
mine affliction. See, Jonah was going through a condition of being afflicted.
Right.
You gotta think, man, you in the belly of a fish, man. All types of toxins could have been in there that fish was eating. All types of manners of madness, you know. So he was going through a state of affliction. So that was hell to Jonah. Go ahead, brother.
Stomach acid up there burning them up and stuff. All right. And he heard me out of the belly of hell, cried I, and thou heardest my voice. You know? So like it says, it was affliction, and then he said, also he likened that affliction unto the belly of hell.
Yeah.
You know? So hell is a condition. And then another word for hell is just the grave.
Grave,
you know?
Hades, yeah.
Right.
It's Psalm 86 and 13, dealing with King David. Now I got 2 Samuel 22, right? Verse also the 4 says, I will call on the Lord who is worthy to be praised. So shall I be saved from my enemies. When the waves of death compassed me, the floods of the ungodly men made me afraid. It says the sorrows of hell compassed me about. The snares of death prevented me.
Right.
You see? So ultimately,
yeah, so ultimately, like we keep on reiterating, and like the scriptures are saying, hell is a condition, man.
So so when people are troubling you on every side, like what's going on with King David, right? Enemy trying to subdue him, taking over, right? Afflicting him. That was hell to King David, man. Oh, you know.
Yeah.
That's basically what we go through today, you know. Black Latinos and Native Americans, so-called. Hey, that's what we go through, hell, man.
Yeah.
You know,
it says the sorrows of hell compares me about. You know, all these glories trying to come against King David. You know, it's not a place where he went to go burn and say, oh, hell is all around me and it compares me.
all right. So this is the book of Psalms 86 and 13.
Yup.
What do you think?
Oh, he's speaking of that terrorist act.
Oh, yeah.
That happened. Go ahead, bro.
Yeah. Psalms 86 and 13.
Hey, because, hey, man, we got faith. We come out here in boldness. So, you know, I understand what they're talking about. Like, you know, basically, y'all, we telling us brothers to be circumspect, be aware. But fuck these devils, man. You know, to hell with all these people, because what? We got more fear in y'all about y'all with shy. Right. But we also know that we be his men. You know, we got faith and believe that he got angels encamped around us protecting us.
Right.
You know?
The angels of the Lord encamp around them that fear him.
Yeah. Lock it, so go ahead, bro.
Yeah, this is Psalm 86 and 13. Yep. For great is thy mercy toward me, and thou hast delivered my soul from the lowest hell. You know?
Yeah. So what does that mean? The lowest hell. Oh, King David under the earth and been delivered from the lowest hell? No. He was delivered from them low conditions. Remember, King David was put in positions. Remember, he got put in one where he had to act as almost like a retard.
Yeah, he had to act like he was slow.
You know, he could have been, just a moment away from about to be destroyed.
Yep. Had to let the drool hang from his mouth all down his beard. Then there was another time where he was getting cussed out. Dude was following him, kicking up dust and throwing rocks at him. You know, he was just like, hey man, just let it ride. You know, he had to go through that. Went through different things, man.
Yeah. You know, so we was pretty much, covering that topic. You know, so I mean, and there's different more scriptures to speak on it. Matthew 5 and 22, and that's the last one. You know, because after the first one that we proved with Matthew 11 and 23, we could close the book. If you don't get it after that, then there ain't nothing fun to tell you.
The book of Matthew 5 and 22.
Yeah.
But I say unto you, that whosoever is angry with his brother without a cause shall be in danger of the judgment. And whosoever shall say to his brother, Rakha, shall be in danger of the council. But whosoever shall say, thou fool, shall be in danger of hellfire.
Yeah. But that's what they say. They say we angry with our brothers now. We just gonna go burn and torment forever. That's what they say. That's another one that they try to use to say, okay, you're gonna burn and torment forever. That's not true, because the wicked go to the same place. See, we all go to the same place. Yeah. One place. Ecclesiastes 12 and Ecclesiastes 3.
That's the one you were gonna do. All right, this is Job 3 and 11. Why died I not from the womb? Why did I not give up the ghost when I came out of the belly? Why did the knees prevent me? Or why did the breast that I should suck? For now should I have lain still and been quiet. I should have slept, then had I been at rest. With kings and counselors of the earth, which built desolate places for themselves.
All right, so when Job is asleep, when is Job talking about he slept? He's in the spirit world. That's when he slept. That's when he's at rest, man. You're not going through no affliction of anything when you're in the spirit world, you know?
Yeah, he's saying I should have died. It's gonna get into it. We say I should have slept. Then had I been at rest, this is when he was going through all that stuff.
Yeah.
They was troubling his soul. With kings and councils of the earth, I already read that. Or with princes that had gold who filled their houses with silver, or as in hidden untimely birth, I had not been, as infants which never